Before we begin, I want to make something clear. It is only after we tear something apart that we can then rebuild it. In this video, I'll be tearing apart Creature's swing. I do this out of respect and in the hope that by doing so, Creature will be able to hit better shots and lower his scores. I do it to try and help and in no way to offend. Creature's swing has many things right, but we were going to analyse the couple of things that are wrong. Please bear this in mind when watching. It's all about constructive criticism. Also, I compare Creature to Paul Wilson, and it may come across I'm advertising Paul. I am in no way affiliated with Paul. I just strongly feel his teachings will provide the biggest benefit to Creature, which is why I chose Paul. I hope you all enjoy the video and comment below. So here we have Creature on the left and Paul Wilson on the right. Now Paul Wilson is a golf teacher who teaches the effortless power swing. Go and watch his channel, but the basics are a loose, neutral grip, a body swing turning back and through, and hinging the club with relaxed wrists to finish the backswing. After training, he'll turn his body back the other way to stay on the same plane and rotating correctly through impact. Creature's swing is to hold on tight with tight wrists and almost no hinge of the golf club on the backswing, which is also the cause of the club being laid off, and the cause of Creature rising up through impact instead of rotating through impact like Paul. It is this fundamental difference between Creature and Paul, which is why I chose to do the comparison. Okay, so here we are at address. Nothing wrong here. Fabulous posture, but I do feel his grip pressure will be too tight. So notice on takeaway how Paul has turned his shoulders more than Creature has, because his is a body swing and Creature uses too much arms and not enough body. To the left. Okay, so at 6 o'clock you can see Paul has a full extension for a wider arc. Remember, the further the club head travels, the faster the club head speed at impact. Look at the gap under the left arm compared to Paul. Again, due to the lack of body rotation. Also note the shallow angle created by Paul's arm and club. This is only doable with a light, relaxed grip. It's nearly impossible to lose the golf ball left with a light, relaxed grip. Not a floppy grip, just a light, relaxed grip. You'll still need to control the club, of course. Paul says he holds the club at 2 out of 10 pressure. I would say that Creature's holding his club much tighter. Okay, now comes the interesting part. At this point in the swing, they are almost identical, but watch what happens next. This is where Creature is laying the club off, and it's because the pressure on the club is too tight. This does not allow him to change the wrist angle upward like Paul has. As we rock back and forth, you can see the difference in wrist angle. Paul's wrist is vertical, and Creature's wrist is almost at 45 degrees. To fix this, Creature should concentrate on staying more connected on the backswing. Think body rotation instead of arms. By taking it away with the arms and losing connection, the club has only one place to go, being laid off. There is also more definite wrist cock by Paul. Creature needs to be cocking the wrist upward at this point. He can't, of course, because the grip pressure is too tight. But in my experience, just focusing on more body rotation will iron this out naturally. More body rotation and less arms for you, Creature. Now, this position is telling and is caused by the arms being out of sync with the body. You can see as Paul completes his backswing, look at the club almost fall from the vertical It's Newton's law in action. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. As that club flings down from the horizontal, it will fling back at speed to create really good club head speed. Paul can swing it at 125 miles per hour with an effortless swing. And it's this recoiling of the golf club at the top of the backswing that helps him achieve that. And you can only achieve that through light wrist pressure. At this point, Creature compensates well and gets back into the right position, but club head speed is lost. Okay, now we get to impact. Impact is where you can really tell the difference between an arm and body swing. Notice how Creature's left shoulder is rising up at impact compared to Paul's left shoulder, which is rotating left. That is the telltale sign of the arms swinging out of sync with the body. Now what this means for Creature is that for him to hit the ball as well as he does, with his arms and body being out of sync, means he must have amazing timing and really good hand-eye coordination. But if Creature can focus on more of a body swing like Paul, I think he can go from a good ball striker to a great ball striker. There is so much right with his swing, this is only a minor change and will result in more pars and birdies.
Hi, I'm Paul Wilson. I'm the creator of Swing Machine Golf and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. In this tip, I want to teach you what to do when you're coming down the home stretch in a round of golf and you find yourself either pull hooking it or push fading it. Okay, so a lot of times when people are on those last few holes, maybe around 14, 15 area, they start to see the ball go wayward after they've been playing quite a good round for most of the day. So what we want to try and do is understand what's happening there so then you can apply the correct fix and be able to finish off your round of golf. So typically when you're hitting the ball and you start pulling it or pull hooking it, what's happening there as you get into those last few holes, you're getting tired. So if you're tired, you're going to lose your legs in your golf swing. So you're not going to be powering the swing with your legs. So if that's the case, you're going to be in a situation where you're at the top of your backswing and you're going to start hitting with your arms. In that process, your body will tilt forward and that will send the golf club over the top. Now, if you square the face, you're going to hit a pull. If you roll it over, you're going to hit a pull hook. And if you put the brakes on, if you tighten up a little bit, you're going to hit a pull slice. So the ball will end up spinning too much. Okay, so any of those shots that you're hitting as you're in those later holes, that's telling you that you're not powering the golf swing with your lower body. And I say that because if we're powering the swing with our lower body, that's going to cause our upper body to hang back or stay behind the ball as we're making contact. And in that process, that creates a path from the inside or slightly from the inside. So if we look at it from this angle here, if you're up at the top of your backswing like this and you're trying to hit with your hands and arms, you will lean forward or tilt forward. In that process, that sends the club over the top. If we're up at the top of our backswing like this and we're using our lower body, that's going to cause the plane to flatten and be attacking the ball slightly from the inside. So we want to recognize if we're hitting these shots or not as we're coming down the stretch. And then if you see that you're hitting those shots, what I want you to do is just do this drill. You hold the golf club off the ground. I know I've told you this a million times, and I'm going to keep telling you it because this drill is very, very important. So from right here, we hold the club up in the air. We do 2 or 3 practice swings up in the air. Okay, by holding the club up in the air, there's no ball to hit. So if there's no ball to hit, you can feel your lower body powering the swing. So you do this 2 or 3 times and you're trying to feel your legs making that golf club swing. Okay, once you get the feeling of your legs again, you apply it to your shot, so then you're not using your arms to hit the ball. Okay, so we don't want to be hitting with our arms. We want to be turning our lower body or using our lower body to hit our shots. Okay, so make sure you're looking for that when you're coming down the stretch. Now, the other shots that you could hit are pushes and push fades. Okay, these are a completely different set of shots, and there's a different reason why you're doing these shots or hitting these shots, and that's because you're anxious. You are probably playing a really good round of golf. You're going at it a little bit too hard, and being in that anxious feeling, you want to look to see if you pulled off this miraculous shot you were trying to hit. So in that process of coming out of it, that holds the face open a little bit through impact, which causes the ball to push or push fade. So what we want to do in a situation like that is we have to delay the reaction in looking for our shots. Okay, so what that means is if we've got the ball here, we're going to stay looking at the ball until the golf club hits the ball. So use the sound of the club hitting the ball as your indication of when to look for the ball. So you're up like this, you go up to the top of the backswing, you're looking at the ball, club's coming in, hit the shot, okay? As soon as you hear it, then you can look for it. So a telltale sign that you're coming out of it is that you would be seeing the full flight of your ball. Now, if you're hitting a golf ball, the club's moving very fast relative to how fast your head is moving. So if you're looking right here, that golf club should have hit the ball and the ball's gone. By the time you even look for the ball, it should already be in the air. So by listening for the sound of the club to hit the ball, you're going to delay the reaction and stop coming out of it too early, okay? So if we do that, then we'll make much better contact and be able to hit the ball down the fairway. Okay, so if I set up to it like this, I want to stop coming out of it. So I'm going to be focused on the ball and then listen to the sound of the club, and then I look for the shot. Okay, so I'm just waiting for that club to hit the ball. So I'm looking at the ball, I take it back, I hear it hit the ball, and now I can look for it. And when I just looked for that one there, the ball was long gone. I saw it once it was in the air. I didn't see this first 50 yards of that tee shot. So that's what you want to do when you're coming down the stretch. Maybe you're playing a good round, you're starting to get anxious, you start seeing your ball push or push fade. Just listen for the sound of the club. Maybe even you do a few practice swings like this, just getting that golf club to swing by you. Just look right here and don't even look out there. Okay, so that's another quick way you can keep that, stay within the shot so you're not looking early. Okay, so do that, and then definitely listen for the club to hit the ball. Once you hear it, then you can look all you want. Okay, so make sure you're applying these things when you're coming down the home stretch in your next round of golf. Be aware of which shot you're hitting, pulls or pull hooks. Okay, then if you're doing those, make sure you're feeling the legs by doing that drill. If you're pushing it or push fading it, make sure you're more in tune with where the ball is, hit the ball, and then look for it. Okay, if you do that, you'll be able to finish off your round. Make sure you ask your questions, post your comments below. I'll try to get to as many as I can.